come on then, before the day's through entirely. Oh, Lammy, whatever would I do without a friend such as you? Here it is, the house of my dear Peggy, the light of my dark and dismal life. And I haven't the hand nor talent to ask for her hand in marriage. Many's the day I've left the flock to pasture so that I might come and court her. And I dare say I may have caught her eye. But that mother of hers, and her brother too, put me in such a fright. All I can do is stammer and stutter. When I'm in the pasture, I can speak my mind well enough. But here in the village, and among the good people of Blarney, it is another story altogether. Now my mind is made up. Today I shall propose. Come what may. You wait here, Lammy. Wish me luck, Lammy. Good to you, Mother Clarity. How might you be this fine evening?
Well, more than welcome, O'Grady. What brings you to our humble cottage? As if we didn't know.
Well...
Out with the man. State your business here.
Yeah, state your business. Bill, the office here, or we'll have lamb chops for dinner.
Hush now, Cole. Well?
Well, you see, it's like this.
State your business. State your business.
Nadine, darling, would you be so kind as to invite your big brother back to the house so the lad and myself can talk? The mother, I want to hear what Finn has to say. Can't you see the man is tongue-tied? You take your brother in, and I'll tell you the tale soon enough. Yes, mother.
State your business. State your business.
All right, you boy, your brother's time to come up. Ow! Lamb chops, indeed. All right, Finn, is that better?
Yes, thank you, Mrs.
So what's on your mind? As if I didn't know. It's the hand of Peggy you'll be asking for now, isn't it?
How did you know?
Do you think love is something that can be hidden under a bushel basket? Faithful boy, your feelings for each other are as plain as the grubby nose on your grimy faces.
And you don't mind?
Mind? Why should I mind? You're an honest fellow, and Peggy thinks the world of you. She'd make a good wife for you, sure. I raised her to be a hard worker and fearless.
Well then, I guess we can set the date and call the priest.
And sure. One more thing, tell me, if you can, what treasure you have to give my Peggy? Tickle her mind and warm her heart on those long days when you're out on the field tending your sheep.
Treasure, I'm just a poor shepherd. I can give her soft-hearted wool and fleece to keep her warm.
Wool and fleece? What use for a poor country girl to know such things? Now, don't make me start thinking you're not the man for me after all.
I'm afraid I don't know what you mean by treasure.
Are you deaf, man? I can give the girl to you sure enough, but you better have a treasure box full of tales to share.
Tales?
Stories! It's as dense as sheep I'm thinking you are. A story is something that grows more valuable the more you share with others. And don't be a miser now. Before you can have the hand of my daughter Peggy, you must tell me a tale.
But I wouldn't know where to start. I'm afraid I don't know the first thing about it.
Then be off with your fair and Grady and find one. Fear not to love your life again until you do.
I can't hear it being that first telling the story.
I'm afraid not.
Where am I to find such a thing?
Here, take this potato and sit down on that stump over there. Maybe it's an inspiration you'll find.
A potato?
Consider it food for thought. Good luck, boyo.
Whatever shall I do? One thing's for sure, I don't feel like eating.
Ow!
Who's there? Speak up, I say. What are you doing back there, spying on me? Laughing at my sorrowful state, no doubt.
What's the big idea? Why did you throw a potato at us? Put some of this eye on. Potato, eyes, get it? Never mind. We could have you arrested. Yeah, for assault with a deadly vegetable. The court would probably throw it on an appeal. Potato, appeal, get it? Never mind. All her jokes are half-baked. Potato, baked, get it? Why aren't you laughing?
There's nothing to laugh about.
You should be happy. After all, you caught not one but 3 leprechauns. I'm Blather. I'm Blarney. Balderdash. So now you've caught us. You can keep us prisoners until we hand over our pots of gold. Our loss, your gain.
It's not gold that I'm needing.
You don't want our gold? What's wrong with you? Maybe somebody threw a potato at him and mashed his brains. Potato. Mashed. Get it?
What I need is a story. I can't marry the fair Peggy until I can tell her mother a story.
So what's to stop you?
I don't know anymore. I don't even know how to tell the story.
Sure you don't want our gold?
I'm sure.
No one has ever turned out on gold before.
Begin's mother says that a story is a treasure that grows and becomes more valuable every time you share it with others.
She's right. A story is worth more than gold. And easier to collect than potatoes, if you know where to look.
Can you help me find one?
I don't know. Let me check with myself. We'll do it!
Do what?
We'll teach you how to tell a story so you can win the fair Peg's hand. Stop checking potatoes this way, Matt.
Oh, thank you. You're the kindest leprechauns of all the land of Iron, to be sure.
Don't mention it.
Don't mention it?
Don't mention it. Mom's the word. We don't want anybody to know the invasion of Food 50 or 2.
Your secret is safe with me. How do we begin?
First, we need a protagonist. A protagonist is like a hero. He must face danger, pass a test, or win his heart's desire.
I see.
Next, we need an antagonist. Sometimes the antagonist is a villain who stands in the protagonist's way, or sometimes he shows what happens to those who are not up to the challenge.
And what's next?
A situation.
A situation?
A challenge to overcome. A quest to undertake. A hump on your back. A hump. Did you say a hump on your back? Let's try that again. A daring rescue. Risking life and limb. And a hump on your back. Do you have any idea what she's talking about? It could be one story and one story alone, I'm thinking. The Hunchback of Knockgrafton.
There once was a man, a gentleman of Knockgrafton, and a kind of fellow you never did see. No one knew his real name, you see, because he had a great hump on his back.
Everyone called him Lusmore because he always wore a sprig of a fairy cat called Lusmore or Foxglove in his little straw hat. Lusmore was known as the finest basket maker in all of Knockgrafton, skillfully plaiting straw and rushes into hats. He sold these handy items, and this is how the solitary soul made his livelihood.
One evening, Lusmore was late in his sewing and walking very slowly on account of his hump. He decided to rest a while by a legendary boat from Knockgrafton.
I believe I will rest myself a while here by the legendary mode of Knockgrafton. Tired and weary in mind, and lonely as can be. If only I could find a friend or two who could look upon me without recoiling in horror, I'd be the happiest hunchback in all Knockgrafton.
Presently, Lusmore heard a sweet, delicate, unearthly melody arising from the boat. It was the sound of many tiny voices, all singing together.
Poor Lusmore could hardly believe his ears. He knew at once it must be the fairies and elves, the little people who were known to haunt the legendary moat of Knockgrafton.
His first thought was to flee immediately. After all, more than one Irish belle has been made fool by the whimsical pranks of the little people.
But before he could raise his weary self to run, a great multitude of little people swarmed about, forming a fairy circle and singing their strange, beautiful song.
Lusmore was enchanted by the song. He held his breath so that he might not lose the slightest note, and then the fairies sang the heavenly ditty again.
Applesauce, butter, brickle, applesauce, butter, brickle, applesauce, butter, brickle.
This time, Lusmore noticed that part of the song was missing. Without even realizing what he was doing, the hunchback of Knockgrafton joined in.
Applesauce, butter, brickle, applesauce, butter, brickle, applesauce, butter, brickle.
Boiled potato and a pickle. Hello.
What did you say?
I said hello.
No, before that.
Before that,
That's right, before you said hello.
I don't think I said anything. Did I?
You think perhaps you did.
I'm really terribly sorry if I interrupted your singing and dancing. Just that I've never heard anything so beautiful in all my poor lonely life.
Don't try to explain yourself.
We want to know what you said. Right before you said hello. And you had better tell us.
I'm not sure that I can remember
can't remember.
Can't remember what you said?
Well, let's see. Dorothy, something about applesauce and butter brickle.
We know what we were singing. We want to know what you were singing.
Well, perhaps we could jog your memory. Hit it.
Applesauce, butter brickle, applesauce, butter brickle, applesauce, butter brickle.
Oh, now I remember. Boiled potato and a pickle.
Boiled potato and a pickle?
Boiled potato and a pickle?
I'm sorry, it just popped out.
We've been stuck singing the same song for 100 years.
We couldn't think of a way to finish the song. We can't imagine how frustrating it is to hum. Over and over again. For an entire century. It's enough to make a little person go out of his little mind.
But you have saved us.
We finished our song. We are so grateful.
Oh, it was nothing, really.
Nothing.
You think Savior of Sanity is nothing?
Please don't hurt me. I only wanted to fit in. I don't have any friends, you see, and you seem to be having so much fun.
Don't try to talk your way out of this one, Hunchback of Knockgrafton.
You know who I am?
Of course, the watermen have told us how hard it is to gather beautiful rushes by the river. And the fairies of the field have told us about the fine quality hats and baskets you weave, stooped over so.
The village gremlins have told us you have no friends at all.
You have proven your worthiness by helping us with our song.
You gave us a boiled potato and a pickle.
I'm going to give you a award.
Treasure beyond your wildest dreams. But then you said it was nothing.
As if a boiled potato is nothing.
As if a pickle is nothing. So what we gave you is nothing, perhaps that? No, what we gave you. Wait. So what you gave us is nothing, perhaps that's what we should give you.
I suppose that's all I deserve.
All right, now we're going to give you nothing.
We give you nothing because you gather your leaves and rushes by the river. We give you nothing to hinder your labors as you work. We give you nothing on your back.
Well, what do you think?
Do you like our gift? If you don't like it, we can always return it.
My friends, it is the greatest nothing I've ever received.
And so word spread throughout the town and the villages beyond about Blusmore's fateful encounter with the local people.
Blusmore lived happily ever after, and wherever he went, rather to gather reeds and rushes by the river, or making his quality baskets and hats in his shop, or meeting new friends in the town of Knockgrafton, he always had a song in his heart and on his lips.
Applesauce, butter brickle, applesauce, butter brickle, applesauce, butter brickle.
Boiled potato and a pickle. Oh, that story was a marvel. Never have I seen or heard the like.
It's not finished.
The story's not over. The Blusmore lived happily ever after.
But this is an Irish fairy tale. Irish fairy tales always have a bit of a dark twist to them.
I didn't know.
Well, now you do. So sit down and let us finish.
Meanwhile, in a nearby county of Waterford, there was another hunchback, a peevish and cunning creature as different from Blusmore as the night is from the day. His name was Matty.
Hearing about Lusmore's good-natured encounter with the little people, the foul-spirited Madden developed a plan. And a wicked plan it was, too.
Seeing how these little people in the hunchback are doing business, I shall visit the legendary moat of Knockgrafton and win them over as Blusmore did. I'll capture a handful of them and force them to remove my hump. Then I'll use them as I please. The people of Waterford will pay a pretty penny to get their ills and ailments eased by the wee magical people of Ireland. I'll be rich!
So Matty went to the legendary moat of Knockgrafton and waited to make his fortune. As the sun began to set, he heard the silliest song in the world rising up from the moat.
Here they come. sausage.
What did you say?
I said a big piece of sausage.
You were talking about salt.
No, I didn't.
You're thinking where applesauce off.
And you stuck a big greasy sausage right in the middle of it.
I was helping you.
Well, what if we don't want a big greasy sausage?
I gave it to you anyway.
Well, we can see that.
Now you need to give me something in return.
You do?
I know how it goes. I add something to your song, and you do your magic things. You give me something in return.
Oh, so that's how it goes, is it? Perhaps you don't like it.
Yes.
You're going to remove my hump?
Oh, yes.
You're going to make both my shoulders look the same?
That's one.
You're not going to fight or argue with me?
No.
Then do your magic thing.
You insist?
Let me have it.
You know about how you're rude to your mother.
We know about how you hunger for gold.
We know we plan to kidnap our brothers. Our magic may never be purchased or sold.
And ask for reward you for being so wrong.
Something that we've been meaning to do. Instead of that one hunk we rightfully got, we're going to add one more. So now we'll have two.
No, it's not fair. I gave you a big greasy sausage.
Run away, Jack, and we'll put a big greasy sausage on the end of your nose.
That'll teach you to mess with the little people. And that is the story of the Hunchback of Knock Grafton. What do you think?
What do I think? I think that was wonderful.
Tell a story from the fair cousin.
I could never tell a story like that.
Why not?
I just couldn't. I wouldn't know where to begin.
To explain though that you need a protagonist, a hero, or an antagonist, a villain or a monster. And the Griffin's feather.
Griffin's feather? I thought I needed a situation, a challenge, or a quest.
So you have been paying attention.
I think I'm catching on, but I'm not yet ready to make up a story of my own. It's not that easy.
Easier than getting a Griffin's feather.
Don't tell me. You know a story about a hero who collects Griffin's feathers?
We're not going to tell you.
Why not?
Because he told us not to.
Oh,
I want to tell a story, but he doesn't want to hear it.
I didn't say I didn't want to hear the story.
It's a good story.
I do want to hear the story.
You should have said you didn't.
I didn't. I mean, I did, but I didn't mean it.
So now you do?
Yes.
So you do mean that you don't want to hear the story.
No.
I want to tell the story, but he doesn't want to hear it.
Hush now. I want to hear the story. I'm longing to hear the story. I am dying to hear the story. Now stop interrupting her and let her tell the story.
Are you sure?
Tell the story. What was it about again?
It's called The Griffin's Feather.
There once was a very wealthy landowner who had plenty of wealth and plenty of land. In fact, she had plenty of everything, except for family. His wife was dead.
There was only one daughter. Call it Blather.
Hello, daughter. The landowner thought the world of his daughter, and he thought the sun, moon, and stars were too. It's the whole galaxy I'm thinking of, darling. From a long time ago, far, far away.
How sweet. But you know, of course, your father, that someday I must marry and go off to live with another.
The landowner didn't like that idea very much. It meant that he used to be alone. To have plenty of wealth and plenty of land to be alone is a sad, hard thing to ponder.
One by one, young gentlemen would come by and pay their respects, and one by one, the daughters hoped that each might be born the freedom to inherit the wealthy landowner's life. But one by one, the wealthy landowner was all over.
We're wealthy landowner's daughter. None of these men are rich for you. I guess you're just going to have to stay with me until you're old and gray.
But the daughter's heart was broken. As the hopes were dashed, she found that she became very weak. She became so weak she could hardly stand. She thought that she would swoon at any moment. Her breath came in short, shallow gasps. She began to feel runaway. Her knees wobbled and her palms felt pain. She began to feel lonely.
All right, enough is enough. We get the idea.
The lonely and wretched thoughts started to the wretched, lonely, lonely, wretched, lonely, lonely, wretched, wretched life. The soul of last had taken hold. She went into deep sleep. From which no one could awaken her.
Unable to wake her, the wealthy landowner took her home. But as the weeks and months passed, still she did not awaken. Wake up! See what I mean? The wealthy landowner summoned all the doctors in Ireland, but they could do nothing for her.
There is nothing we can do for her.
At last the landowner realized that without his daughter, his wealth and land meant nothing at all. Oh, whither away, a wretched, lonely man am I, lonely and wretched, and lonely.
One day, a strange, mysterious woman visited the landowner, claiming to know how to cure his daughter's mysterious ailments. What this girl needs are 3 griffin feathers, freshly plucked from the griffin's tail. I just happen to know the only griffin in the county lives on the other side of the river.
That's good news. Tell me, how much would it cost to buy these feathers? I am a wealthy landowner, you know.
These feathers are not for sale. They must be plucked directly from the griffin's tail by the hand of a heroic lad, strong and true.
But where am I to find such a man?
Ask around.
And so he did. I'm looking for a heroic lad, strong and true, to go to the other side of the river and pluck 3 feathers from a griffin's tail. Is anyone interested?
Sir! No, sir!
But I need the feathers to cure my wretched and lonely daughter over there. I'll tell you what. If any of you will fetch the feathers and cure my daughter, I'll give you half my lands and half my wealth. So what do you say now?
Sir! No, sir!
Well, why not?
Because we don't know what it is, sir!
Well, I don't. What is a griffin anyway?
Not all griffins are the same, but an Irish griffin is a monstrous creature with the head of a man, the wings and tail of an eagle, and the body and legs of a lion. The griffin is a ferocious fighter, with talons on his hands and claws on his feet. He prowls the countryside, plundering and pillaging the farmlands. He can tear trees out by the roots, snap the backs of oxen with a single blow. And he's so stubborn, he'll never, ever take out the garbage, no matter how many times you ask him. All right, you lazy griffin, that's enough. You go home and take out the garbage the way I asked you.
Oh, that's pretty scary. No wonder no one will save my daughter.
I'll do it,
You will?
but I don't want to win what.
Even better, boy. We're getting along just fine.
Instead, I want to marry your daughter.
Then again, maybe not.
Don't you want to see your daughter happy and contented?
Of course, what father would?
And see her laugh and sing again?
It's her laughing and singing I'm missing most, along with her cooking and cleaning.
And a whole lot of grandchildren running around and getting out of food.
Hold on. First things first. You've got to get the feathers.
Just leave that to me.
What if you never come back?
And you'll never see me.
Great, I've got nothing to lose.
Except that you're lost.
And that is
Your daughter.
true. I want my daughter to be happy and contented, even if it means letting her go. Be off with you there, young man, and blessings be upon you. And may good fortune follow you, and go above, below, and behind you, and bring you back safely with the feathers.
And with that, Aiden, who that was the last name, began his quest to seize 3 feathers from a griffin's tail and return to claim the hand of the landowner's daughter. Aiden walked all the long day towards the river in any adventure that lay in.
At last, with exhausted from walking, Aiden confronted a public house occupied with bed and board for where travelers such as him. Good and true, young man, you lived his life to the fit of rest and refreshment.
Blessings be on you and on this house, Aiden. For indeed, I am almost exhausted from walking, for I have walked a long day.
And what for you, Lord?
It is a quest I want. Seize 3 feathers from a griffin's tail and so in the hand of a fair young girl.
We welcome you, chief. Good fortune follow you. The innkeeper brought Aiden into the house. We enjoyed good company of many fellow Irishmen and the innkeeper's daughter. Greetings, fellow traveler. Bless you.
Thank you. Aiden had never been so far from home, and he was pleased to find the virtue of hospitality was treasured over the breath and length of Ireland. But one thing disturbed him, and that being the constant sneeze of the innkeeper's daughter.
Bless you.
Thank you. All through the night, the innkeeper's daughter could not stop sneezing.
Bless you.
Thank you. It was the most uncommon thing I can tell you.
Mom, I have no right to be charged.
Nothing at all?
How can I ask you to keep the trains in my line? Why not just let it go be done with the whole house?
Still, I feel I should give you something.
Okay. How am I revenue? I will be more than compensated.
I will if I may.
But I think
Not at all.
might be best if no one knows this house when I'm not at home. Don't you know? What? If maybe you want to help me. Or being so fierce and feisty. It would be good to have a friend on your side, I'm thinking.
That I'll do, to be sure.
Yeah, we did. The group will control.
Bless you. Thank you. Bye.
And so, Nate continued his journey, walking a livelong day until he came to a farmhouse. The farmer, noticing that Aiden was nearly exhausted from walking, greeted him at the road and invited him to stay tonight. Greetings, traveler. Would you like to stay tonight?
But I would, the farmer.
And what brings you to this far part of the county and so near the river?
Tis a question mark. He's free by the scooter from still, and so in the hand of his very own lass.
Then welcome. Welcome to you. Then welcome to you. The farmer brought Aiden to a house, fed him a hearty meal, and packed him off to sleep in a barn on a pile of fresh hay.
Aiden had scarcely dropped off to sleep when a terrible racket awakened him. At first, he thought the Emerald Isle had been invaded by the Norsemen as in the day before. He snapped out of the blind to see what was amiss. However, they finished his hunting to his lockers. Now, the judge fell in, Aiden went back to the barn, and drifted off to sleep.
The next morning, the farmer awakened Aiden. Top of the morning to me, Aiden. Is it to the Griffin's castle you be going now, lad?
I want to thank you for my hospitality.
Think nothing of it, boyo.
Is there nothing I might be doing for you in return? Milk the cows, perhaps?
No, my farm is small, and I'm working on my own. But I wonder, since to the Griffin's castle you be going, it would be so nice to inquire me where I'm supposed to keep my alcohol tonight. I will be more than grateful.
I will if I may, to be sure.
It might be suggesting one more thing for you if you don't mind.
Not at all.
It might be best for you to be going to the Griffin's castle when he's not at home, you know. His wife, poor creature, may be a mind to help you. And he being so fierce and feisty, it would be a good thing to have a friend on your side, I'm thinking.
That'll do, to be sure.
Be off with you then. Good fortune follow you.
And so, Aiden continued on his journey. It wasn't far to the river, but Aiden noticed that there wasn't a bridge to be found.
At last, Aiden saw a boatman on the river. He made his livelihood rowing people from one side to the other, to the other, and back again.
The boatman was a crusty and uncomfortable fellow.
But since there was no way to cross the river for miles and miles, up and down, Aiden had no choice but to get in the boat. Where to? As if I didn't know. To the other side of the river. That's all anybody ever does.
It would seem to me that he had sold the job such as this.
Ah, that's the truth, but all the one I'm seeking.
And who might that be?
The man I claim to murder! And so Aiden, the boatman told Aiden the hard story of cruelty and intended revenge. I once was a farmer with plenty of good land to eat my feet and good crops to sell. But one year the crops failed. Reduced in fortune, I went to a moneylender to take a loan for the next year's harvest. The moneylender was a greedy man, insisted that I pay him back in full immediately after the harvest. Little did I know treachery was in his heart. Just before the next year's harvest, a good harvest it was, the whole thing was set on fire. All my crops were destroyed. The moneylender came back to claim his money. I didn't have it. I couldn't have it. He refused to wait another year and kicked me off my land and left me penniless. It was then that I learned that it was the moneylender himself who burned me up and took everything. If I ever get my hands on it, it's murder I'll be doing. But at last, since I've stepped foot into this boat, I've been able to step out. Try as I might, I cannot step out of this boat. Say, are you the lad I've been hearing about going after the 3 griffin feathers?
That was me.
I wouldn't go to the griffin directly. I would go while he's not there and make friends with his wife. She's a good sort, and she'll surely help you.
Thank you. That's my plan, all right?
And also, the griffin is fearsome, but has certain knowledge. Could you inquire of him how I might get out of this boat and have my revenge on that moneylender?
Look amazing, I'm sure. Thank you. Thank you. Phew, that's better. Now where were we? Oh yes, I remember. Having survived his ordeal with the boatman, Aiden came upon the Griffin's castle and met the Griffin's wife.
What took you so long? It's been ages since I've got this adventure going. Leave it to the Irish to make a short story long.
Do I know you?
I'm the Griffin's wife, to be sure.
Oh, I'm supposed to.
I know. You're supposed to ask me to help you get 3 of the Griffin's tail feathers so you can marry the landowner's daughter, find out why the innkeeper's daughter keeps sneezing, where the farmer lost the key to his lockbox, and how that nasty boatman might be rid of his boat so he can commit bloody murder. I've been paying attention. Well, the Griffin should be getting home any time now. He's been up all night, tearing trees out by their roots, snapping the backs off with a single blow, and terrorizing innocent villagers.
I'm supposed to take 3 feathers from that person beast. I don't know.
Hide behind the bush and do everything you do. I see you finally come home after a wild night out terrorizing the countryside.
Yes, dear.
And I suppose you want to take a nap, even though it's time to do your chores.
Yes, dear.
Well, before you do, there's something I've been meaning to ask you.
Ouch! Why did you do that?
I said there's something I've been meaning to ask you.
What is it, woman?
There's an innkeeper's daughter who lives on the other side of the river who can't stop sneezing. Why might that be?
I took a lock from her hair and hid it in the soil until I found it. If you would find that hair, first thing you would see. Now let me sleep!
I thought as much. It's much mischief he gets into, and I'm always one who has to go about making amends. Ouch! And another thing. There's a farmer who's gone half mad because he lost the key to his lockbox. Is there anything you're having to do with this?
Sure, I took the key from his hiding place and stuck it in a crack between the folders. If he were, he'll find it quick enough if he just looks enough.
Ouch! And the boatman. I suppose you bewitched him as well?
Is that such a bad thing? It's preventing a murder crime doing. For if he gets free, he'll surely kill that self-same farmer who took the key from his lost box.
And how might he free himself from that boat?
All he has to do is let go of his anger and let go of the oars, and he will be able to get up and go about his business. Ouch! Can't the weary Griffin get to sleep in his own castle?
And one more thing before you go off to sleep, you lazy Griffin.
What is it?
Why is it that you never take out the garbage when I ask you? Now get your lazy carcass up and do as I tell you.
Yes, dear.
And I better not catch you sneaking out at night again.
Yes, dear.
And with 3 griffin feathers in hand, Aiden returned home as quickly as he could. He told the boatman how to get rid of his boat, but not until after he got safely across the river.
The boatman was so glad to get out of his boat, he decided not to murder the moneylender after all.
The moneylender, who had felt guilty all this time about taking the boatman's farm, gave the farm back. I wasn't a very good farmer anyway, and because Aaron told the farmer where to find the key to his lockbox, the farmer gave me a bag of gold.
Thanks. All 3 went to the inn to celebrate. He told the innkeeper how to be rid of his daughter's sneezing.
We finally got a good night's sleep.
Night, night.
Sleep tight.
Don't go to bed, bed. Just bite.
The innkeeper's daughter fell in love with the moneylender.
True. That's another story. Aiden's adventure's not yet over.
In the time that Aiden had been gone, the landowner regretted even more the self-interest that had led to his daughter's lethargy. And glad he was to see Aiden arrive with feathers.
I'm back. Now let's see what these feathers can do.
All right, already. Enough is enough. I'm awake, okay?
Yay!
Hey there.
The landowner was so happy to see his daughter awakened that he gave Aiden half his lands and half his wealth as a dowry for their marriage.
Aiden and I built a cottage just a stone's throw from my father's house so that we could visit and keep him from becoming lonely or wretched.
And everyone lived happily ever after.
Not everyone. Well, what do you expect? Do you think a garbage is going to walk out the door and throw itself away? My mother was right. You're nothing but a beast. Well, 3s actually.
Well, Ben, see, you were starting to get the hang of it there. It's not that hard once you get into the story, and let the story get into you.
It's true, I am beginning to see the light, but it's not exactly confident I'm feeling.
Before long, ideas of this kind will be popping into your head, and you'd better let them out. Because if you don't, you'll just be a dreamer, not a storyteller. No, anyone except yourself.
But there's so much at stake. What if I can't do it? Other polarity is only going to give me the one chance. I could lose the game forever.
Sure, there's a risk. Could lose everything. Isn't that exciting?
Not very.